Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. We haven't done this in a while, like a long time. However, it's finally back. We're restarting our Commander series. I know, I'm starting to tear up too. Today we look at a commander strong enough to take down games entirely on its own when left unchecked. This is one of the more dominant build-around commanders in the format. We're talking about Uril the Miststalker. Uril is one of the bigger commanders, weighing in at 5'5". He also has hexproof. Together these make him extremely difficult to get rid of both inside and outside of combat. Uril's last ability gives him +2/+2 for each aura attached to him, giving him the potential to get out of control with just an aura or two. 2 auras are enough for Uril to outclass any other commander and make it capable of taking out a player quickly. Hexproof is a very powerful ability for a commander, likely the reason why very few commanders have it. This basically means that the only ways to kill Uril are with a sweeper or a spell that forces players to sacrifice creatures. Since Uril gets huge so quickly, don't expect to be able to kill it in combat reliably. Still, it's not completely unstoppable, so you still have to protect it from those cards like Innocent Blood or Decree of Pain. Uril may be aggressively costed at 5 mana, but caveats do apply. Since the auras fall off when Uril dies, he can be expensive to recast and build back up. This gets much more difficult late game when you're lower on auras or Uril costs too much to cast. Naya offers the majority of the strongest auras in the format. That's good because you have to prioritize auras over other playable cards in order to make your deck better. However, as a result of this, our Uril deck is a little more narrow than the average general. Unlike a typical Voltron deck, which benefits from both auras and equipment, the vast majority of equipment will be suboptimal choices in a Uril deck. Many of the best auras are solid substitutes, and Uril's ability to pump itself often make them better. Rancor, for example, gives +4/+2 and trample for 1 green mana. You may still consider playing certain equipment, but Uril's ability makes it hard to pick equipment over any given aura. Many Uril decks focus heavily on auras and trying to get as many as possible onto Uril. We elected to go with a build that focuses a little more on an Enchantress sub-theme. The all-in auras build isn't a bad strategy at all, it's just a very common variation of Uril, and this deck takes a different route. Remember that with each aura granting an additional +2/+2, even with fewer auras, each one still has a big impact. And of course, there are still plenty of auras in today's build. We just added a wider selection of standalone enchantments and some enchantress creatures. Let's start with the fun part, the auras. After all, this deck is still trying to kick people's faces in with its commander. When picking auras for Uril, you want to prioritize ones that give evasion and protect him from wrath effects. Bear Umbra and Indrik Umbra have totem armor, which basically means you have to kill Uril twice. Flicker Form and Open Mana makes Uril almost invincible and forces players to play around Flicker Form while trying to kill your commander. Unquestioned Authority gives Uril protection from creatures, also making it unblockable. Shield of the Oversoul makes Uril indestructible and gives it flying. Sticking any of these auras can make it very difficult to get rid of your commander and make it much bigger in the process. Uril has no evasion, but most auras pack some way to get through. Rancor and Naya's Emissary let you crush creatures and faces. Runes of the Deus gives double strike, and Celestial Archon grants flying. While you can run Eldrazi in the deck, you can just turn Uril into one with Eldrazi Conscription. Armadillo Cloak and Unflinching Courage allow you to be as aggressive as possible, giving Uril lifelink and allowing you to attack with reckless abandon. You also run Face Fetters and Chain to the Rocks. Just don't put them on Uril, put them on other creatures instead, preferably ones trying to kill you. Global Enchantments also play a crucial role in the deck and offer a variety of utility. Sigil of the Empty Throne makes extra creatures and can be a backup win condition. Privileged Position protects all of your other permanents, and Primeval Bounty can do it all, almost guaranteeing you never draw a bad card. You have access to 2 gods, Heliod and Naya, that each give Uril extra abilities. Naya can also make him bigger. Fires of Yavimaya and Aggravated Assault make you much more aggressive with your commander, and the latter gives you multiple combat steps. The deck also plays a bunch of control enchantments in case you need to buy time for your commander. Oblivion Ring and Journey to Nowhere deal with problem creatures and permanents, while Sphere of Safety and Ghostly Prison discourage players from attacking into you. There are enchantments to help deal with your opponent's cards as well. Aura Shards is a powerful card that'll usually break multiple artifacts or enchantments. Karmic Justice makes opponents reluctant to go after your enchantments, and Seal of Primordium is a solid utility spell that you can save until a problem card arises. Need to get a particular aura? Idyllic and Enlightened Tutor, Three Dreams, and Sterling Grove all help you accomplish that. Replenish gives you more reach in long games and helps you recover lost auras or enable a giant Uril to destroy one player. Enchantress's Presence and Sylvan Library represent the deck's card draw. The library has effectively no drawback at 40 life, and you'll often find yourself paying life for the extra draws. With 35 other enchantments, it'll be very easy to get cards from Presence. A cool trick is to cast Mana Bloom for 1 and keep replaying it each turn to draw cards. Uril is very short on creatures, but that makes sense when your commander is capable of crushing multiple players single-handedly. In this build, the majority of the creatures supplement the enchantment theme. Academy Rector and Totem Guide Heartbeast help fetch key enchantments, while Eternal Witness can recover lost auras or crucial spells. Yavimaya Elder and Sakura Tribe Elder each help you get all your colors or accelerate, and the Elder occasionally gives you a card. Kasali Pride Mage, Thornscape Battle Mage, Acidic Slime, and Scavenging Ooze are all utility creatures designed to counter certain strategies. Sigarda, Host of Herons, and Sun Titan are additional threats that take the pressure off winning exclusively with your commander. Sigarda can shut off the sack effects we mentioned earlier, like Innocent Blood, while Sun Titan can recover some of your lost auras. The deck plays 4 different Enchantress creatures, each drawing you cards when you cast an enchantment. These won't win you a single game in combat, but will provide you with plenty of card draw in 3 colors that have historically lacked reliable draw spells. Stick one of these or Enchantress's Presence and you'll never run out of gas. The mana base is dependent on non-basic lands in order to reliably hit all 3 colors on turn 5. With access to more than a dozen lands that can add multiple colors, hitting your colors can be easy. Raging Ravine and Stirring Wildwood also turn into creatures in case you need one. Crowsand Verge is slow, but allows you to get 2 duels. Cultivate and Skyshroud Claim help you get your lands if necessary. It is imperative you're able to get out Uril as fast as possible, which explains the emphasis on mana acceleration and color fixing. The longer it takes for you to get Uril out, the easier it is for opponents to defend against him. This deck can be very mana hungry, so we have Mirari's Wake to help alleviate the problem and allow for more explosive plays with Uril. You have 4 lands that also work in conjunction with Uril. Slayer Stronghold, Kessig Wolfrun, and Okina Temple of the Grandfathers all make Uril even stronger in combat. Contested Cliffs allow you to deal with creatures by fighting them with your irresponsibly massive commander. If you're concerned that you can't afford all these lands, there are plenty of substitutes available without taking too much power away from the deck. Painlands, Guildgates, and Ravnica Karus are some of the best budget alternatives. If you always wanted to make a gigantic monster and beat people down with it, then Uril is the perfect creature. As an added challenge, try to make the biggest Uril you can before you kill everybody. It sounds awesome. Anyways, what do you guys think about this deck? Let me know how you feel in the comments. Remember to subscribe below for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.